Hey everybody, good morning. In this video, we're going to talk about you have to be indifferent. I want you to listen to this very, very closely. You have to be indifferent towards what you're trying to manifest. Even if you're doing the never Galder technique and you're trying to go inside your imagination, you're going to sleep and your wish fulfilled, you're going to sleep in that state, and you're trying to live in the end. Okay, now this is going to translate into how to live in the end, but we're going to talk about it in a different way. You have to be indifferent towards your intention. You have to be indifferent towards what you're trying to manifest into your life, into your 3D world. Okay, and we're going to talk about this and we're going to dissect this word. What do I mean by being indifferent? Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, something I want you to try at home, something I want you to be more aware of, because once you're aware of it, you'll finally get it. You'll finally get what I'm trying to teach you here. And this is something I kind of came up with myself. That kind of helps me. But anyway, let's get rocking and rolling. I am in Thailand, by the way. I'm in Hua Hin, over here by the beach. The beach isn't high tide too much, so hopefully it's not picking up some background noise. So there's Aang right there. That's Aang in the background walking on the beach. I had to stay up here a little bit just because the waves, it's too much noise. But anyway, what do I mean by being indifferent? Let me give you an example here really quick. I set an intention about 8 months ago, and the intention was that I wanted to be on a year visa for Thailand because I live in Thailand. I've been living in Thailand since 2021. So, and since I'm under 50, under the retirement age, they make it pretty rough for you if you want to live in Thailand. You got to jump through a lot of hoops. So this intention was a tough intention. But anyway, I set the intention. I went inside my imagination as if I already had it. I could see myself, feel myself have this visa. I could, as I'm getting off the plane in Bangkok, as I'm walking through immigration and customs, I'm doing a whole never Galder thing of falling asleep to that. Plus, as you live in the end, when you live in the end, you act as if you already have your visa. But anyway, long story short, 8 months later, I went home to visit my family, and it came down to the wire. It came down to I had to file a visa. That I couldn't wait no longer because I already bought my plane ticket. I had to file a visa, and I was only about 3 or 4 weeks out from leaving. So I had to file something. But when I sat down to file, Thailand, right at the same moment I sat down to file, a couple of days prior, came out with a brand new visa. And it was a 5-year visa, multiple entry, and you could stay 1 year. I was like, woo! So that's the visa I got. Okay, that's the visa I'm on right now. Okay, now what do I mean by being indifferent? What do I mean by being indifferent towards what you're trying to manifest? And this is the homework I want you to do, okay? I want you to have an example like I gave you, okay? I want you to think back when what an intention you set, something you're trying to manifest that came into your life. I don't care how simple it is. You could have manifested a cup of coffee. You could have done the Neville Goddard ladder technique, okay? But I want you to think back and become aware of a time that you set an intention and it manifested to you, okay? Because once you do this, you're going to really know what I mean by being indifferent, okay? Now, once you have this example in your head, once you came up with a good example, something true, not something you made up, okay? So what I mean by being indifferent, and this is going to be directly related to Neville Goddard's living in the end, okay? What does that mean, living in the end? It means that you already have what you want. Okay, if you want to manifest your dream house, you already have your dream house. You already live in your dream house. You're already going to sleep as if you're in your dream house. Okay, you already have it. You're not looking for it. You're not looking for lands you're going to build your dream house on. You're not looking for real estate people to help you find your dream house. You already have your dream house. Okay, that's basically living in the end. But what do I mean by being indifferent towards it? Okay, now, hopefully at this point, you've thought of something you manifested, you set an intention to manifest it. And I'm going to go back to my example. This is what I mean by being indifferent. Okay. Now that I have my visa that I set my intention for, now that I have it, like I'm in the big key thing I want you to walk away with is I'm indifferent towards it. When you already have something, like my visa example here, I already have my visa now. I'm indifferent for it. What I mean by that, like I don't care anymore. Makes sense? Like I'm not waking up every day thinking, am I going to get my visa today? I'm not looking for the how. I'm not looking for it. Okay, there's a little seagull over there walking around. Okay, that's being indifferent towards it. When you truly already have something, you're indifferent towards it. You don't care. Okay, there's a sense of you don't care. You're not overthinking it. You already have it. You're in this state of having. Okay, now take your example and I want you to think back. I want you to think back when you first set your intention. And I want you to think back and I want you to think like how you were acting, with your intention. Were you waking up looking for the how? Were you constantly just over analyzing or overthinking it? Or you go in your mind, you're thinking, how in the world am I going to get this? Okay, where's the money going to come from? Okay, that's not living the end. Okay, listen to this. When living in really means is you already have what you want. That's period. Okay. But if you truly already have what you want, you're indifferent towards it. See, that's what I'm trying to get to you. You're indifferent towards it. Being indifferent means when I already have something, like I'm not overthinking it. It's kind of like almost like let the dead bury the dead. Yes, I'm grateful for it. So don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Yes, I'll wake up and be grateful that I got my attention, grateful that I have my visa, or I have a really good visa now anyway. Okay, yes, I'm grateful. Yes, once when I wake up, I'll be grateful that I have it, grateful that how everything came together. But what I start noticing is when you truly already have something, you're indifferent towards it. Like, for example, like if you want to be a multimillionaire, okay, I'll use money for an example here. If you want to be a multimillionaire and living the end means you're already a millionaire, okay? So let's say you want to, like in your business, in your job or whatever, that you want to manifest $10,000 in one day, or you want to manifest $10,000 in 1 month. Okay, but if you truly are living in the end, I want you to listen to this because we all fall in this trap. But if you truly are living in the end, meaning that you're already a millionaire, why in the world would you be setting a goal for $10,000? Why in the world would you be trying to manifest $10,000 in one day? Why in the world would you be trying to manifest $10,000 in 1 month when you're already a multi-millionaire? If you're a millionaire, you're making $100,000 a month. So why in the world are you trying to manifest 10,000? It's already happened to you. You see what I'm saying? If it's already happened to you, you become indifferent towards it. You don't care. If someone says, "Oh, hey, Chad, you should try to do the $10,000 money technique." If you already have it, if it's already happened to you many times, I'm indifferent towards it. I don't care, but it's happened to me so much that it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I don't give it no energy if I already have it. And I know I feel like I'm talking in a circle, but I want you guys to kind of get this, okay? Because a lot of you are missing the point here. Okay, you can conceptually talk about never Goddard, you can conceptually talk about living the end, but things are not happening for you. Okay, because we fall in these traps of when we live in the end, we fall in these traps of trying to figure out the how, trying to figure out how it's going to come to us. When you're in that state, you're not living in the end. So let me go back to my money example here. If I'm a multimillionaire, I'm living in the end as if I'm a multimillionaire. I'm not going to, at that point, I've had many times I made 10 grand in one day. I've had many times I made 10 grand to over 10 grand in a month. It's happened to me many times. If something happens to you many times, you're indifferent towards it. You see what I'm saying? Like if something happened to you many times, You just like, oh, okay, whatever. Okay, it's the same example here. I'm in Thailand. Okay, of course. Okay, and the biggest thing you see in Thailand, when I'm coming from the States, I grew up with a car. I grew up having a car ever since I was 18 years old. Now I'm in my 40s. So I'm indifferent for having a car. Okay, when I moved to Thailand, a lot of locals don't have a car. They have a motorbike or they have a motorcycle. Or Ang's up here, right there. She's walking right there. But when you're dating or dating a Thai girl, lots of times them having a car, having a vehicle really means that you're rich, really means that you're well off, really means that you're having a good life. So to them, like having a car there's so much energy to it. They're almost like so attached to it, they keep it away from themselves when you're trying to force things to happen. But like with me, if you're coming from the States or London or Europe or UK, we grew up with a car. We grew up with a family having a car. Okay, it might not be our dream car, but we grew up having a car. So with me, when I'm having these conversations, I'm indifferent to it because I've had it my whole life. So I don't have an unhealthy attachment to it. Okay, that's why your homework is, and I'll give you a homework assignment one more time, just in case you forgot you're not doing it. Your homework is you need to pick something that you set an intention and you manifested. You received it. And I want you to think back, become aware of it. How did you act, okay, when you first set your intention, going through the process, okay? And vision that, put that in your mind, become aware of it. How did you act when you set your intention? Now, once you already have it, how do you act now when you already have it? Because there's a difference. There's a major difference. When you already have something, you act totally different towards it. And that's what never got or means when you live in the end, you dwell within. You have to put yourself in that same state that you really already have. Okay? This is why this stuff takes a little bit of work, because it takes a little bit of time for us to get in that state, to figure out that state. Okay, it takes a little bit of time for us to kind of become aware of things, become aware of our actions and our mind frame and what we're trying to do. Lots of times we're trying to manipulate the universe to bring us what we want. Lots of times we're trying to, and what I mean by that is we're trying to manipulate the universe, meaning that we're trying to control the how. Okay, I set an intention and I think to myself, well, it has to come from this spot right here. It has to come from right there. But in reality, how it really works is when I'm saying it has to come from this right here, I'm controlling the how. I'm trying to force it to happen from this direction, and it misses its mark. Because one, I'm trying to control it and force it. Force negates. Then two, when I'm so focused on one angle, okay, what the universe is trying to do and trying to tell you is, what God's trying to tell you is, it can come from anywhere. Okay, it can come from any angle. And most of the time, it comes from a different angle than what we're looking. And that's what Navagadar means. Okay, when you live in the end, like if my intention right now is my dream house, I already have my dream house, period. I'm already living in my dream house, period. When I go to sleep at night, I'm going to sleep as if I'm in my dream house, period. I'm not looking for my dream house, okay, in my 3D world. I'm not waking up. I'm not looking for land to build my dream house on. Because I'm not going to do those things if you already have. See, this is what I'm saying. There's certain actions you're doing that you're not going to do when you really have it. Okay? Or another word to put, you're being indifferent towards it. Okay? Indifference means you're not bringing any energy to it. Okay, when something happens to you over and over and over and over and over, in a good way, okay, you're going to be indifferent towards it. Because it always happens to you. You always get it. Okay? Just like my money example. If I sit there and say, I'm a millionaire, but at the same time, I'm not going to try to manifest $10,000. I'm not going to try to do the $10,000 manifesting technique because if I'm a millionaire, I've manifested $10,000 many, 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 many times, meaning I'm going to be indifferent towards it. When something happens to you over and over and over, you're indifferent, okay? Because it happens to you. You're used to it. You're used to it happening to you. So when you're used to it happening to you, you're more confident it's happening to you. You're more confident it's coming to you. But anyway, don't want to keep this video long-winded. Have to go join Ang. Ang's somewhere. I think she's way down there. Like that person way in the background. I think that's her right there. But anyway, just want to share that with you. Is because it's, when we live in the in, dwelling within. I mean, it sounds easy, and conceptually it is easy. But what makes it hard is because we're basically filled with junk. We're filled with thoughts that are junk. We're filled with beliefs that came from our parents and our grandparents and our teachers through school. We're filled with so much junk and unbelief that we have to filter through all this stuff. But anyway, love you guys. Comment below. Love to hear from you. Love to hear where you're at. And I'm going to finish my walk. That is Ang right there, by the way. So I'm going to catch up to her. And peace out. And I'll see you in the next video.